Quantum Nexus, Chapter 1, An Enigmatic Anomaly. Dr. Ava Reynolds gazed up at the night sky, her heart filled with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. She had dedicated her life to unraveling the mysteries of the universe, but her past failures still haunted her. As a brilliant astrophysicist, she had once made a breakthrough discovery that had unintended consequences, leading to devastating consequences. Now, on a distant planet, she sought redemption and a chance to rewrite her legacy. It was during her research on this alien world that Ava stumbled upon something extraordinary, a shimmering distortion in the fabric of spacetime. The anomaly was unlike anything she had ever encountered before, radiating a mesmerizing energy that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Her scientific instincts tingled with excitement as she named it the Quantum Nexus. With each passing day, Ava devoted herself to studying the Nexus, driven by an insatiable curiosity. The anomaly held the promise of unlimited energy, the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe. It beckoned to her, its enigmatic nature demanding her unwavering attention. She spent hours poring over data, conducting experiments, and analyzing the anomaly's behavior. As Ava delved deeper into her research, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was on the verge of something monumental. The Quantum Nexus seemed to hold the potential for revolutionary advancements that could reshape the destiny of humanity. But little did she know that her discovery had not gone unnoticed. The Corporate Syndicate, a clandestine organization that controlled the planet's resources, had been monitoring Ava's every move. They saw the Quantum Nexus as a means to solidify their dominance and exploit its power for their own gain. Greed and ambition fueled their desire to possess this extraordinary anomaly. Unbeknownst to Ava, the Syndicate had agents within her research team, gathering information and reporting back to their superiors. The walls of her laboratory held hidden ears, and every breakthrough she made was being scrutinized by those with ulterior motives. The Syndicate's shadow loomed over her, threatening to snatch away her discovery and bend it to their will. Yet, as Ava continued to unravel the mysteries of the Quantum Nexus, she remained blissfully unaware of the impending danger. Her focus was unwavering, her determination unyielding. She was on the verge of changing everything, of unlocking a power that could alter the course of history. Little did she know that her journey had only just begun, and the real challenge lay not in understanding the Nexus, but in navigating the treacherous path ahead. The Quantum Nexus held the potential to bring about salvation or destruction, and Ava was about to find herself caught in a web of intrigue where her past and future collided in a battle for the fate of humanity. As the stars twinkled above her, Ava couldn't help but feel a sense of both excitement and foreboding. She was on the precipice of a new era, where the boundaries of science and the depths of human ambition would be tested like never before. The Quantum Nexus beckoned her onward, and she accepted its call, ready to face whatever challenges awaited her on this extraordinary journey. Chapter 2, Shadows of the Syndicate. Dr. Patel, Ava's trusted colleague and confidant, had long observed her relentless pursuit of scientific knowledge. He admired her brilliance but also worried about the dangers that lay ahead. One day, as Ava meticulously analyzed data from the Quantum Nexus, Dr. Patel approached her with a concerned expression on his face. "Dr. Reynolds," he said, his voice tinged with caution, "we must tread carefully. The Quantum Nexus is a Pandora's box of potential. It could revolutionize our world, but in the wrong hands, it could lead to our destruction." Ava paused, her eyes fixed on the glowing screens displaying intricate equations and volatile energy patterns. She knew there was truth in Dr. Patel's words, but the allure of the Nexus was too strong to resist. "I understand the risks, Dr. Patel," she replied, her voice filled with determination. "But we cannot let fear deter us from unlocking the Nexus's secrets. We have a responsibility to harness its power for the betterment of humanity." Dr. Patel sighed, realizing the depth of Ava's conviction. He knew that pursuing her to abandon her research would be futile. Instead, he resolved to support her, albeit with an air of caution. As Ava delved deeper into her study of the Quantum Nexus, she made remarkable breakthroughs. She discovered that the anomaly acted as a gateway to a realm of energy previously unseen, tapping into the very fabric of existence. The implications were staggering: a potential solution to the energy crisis that plagued their world, and a gateway to uncharted frontiers of scientific exploration. But as Ava's understanding of the Nexus grew, so did the Syndicate's interest. They saw the anomaly as a means to consolidate their power and control. Unbeknownst to Ava, their agents had infiltrated her research team, quietly observing her every move and reporting back to their superiors. The Syndicate, shrouded in secrecy, operated from the shadows. They possessed vast resources, manipulating governments and economies to suit their desires. To them, the Quantum Nexus represented the ultimate prize, a tool to solidify their dominance and bend the world to their will. Their first move was subtle, but calculated. Ava began to notice anomalies in her data, inexplicable fluctuations that hinted at external interference. Files went missing, and her team's progress seemed to be constantly impeded. It was as if an invisible hand was working against them. Ava's instincts kicked into high gear. She knew she couldn't face the Syndicate alone. She reached out to her most trusted allies, a select group of scientists and skilled hackers who shared her vision. Together, they formed a clandestine alliance, determined to protect the Nexus and expose the Syndicate's true intentions. As the team gathered in a hidden location, Ava outlined their mission. They would need to act swiftly and covertly, staying one step ahead of the Syndicate's agents. Their goal was twofold: to safeguard the Nexus and to gather evidence that would expose the Syndicate's insidious plans to the world. The days that followed were a whirlwind of clandestine operations and intense research. Ava and her team navigated a dangerous dance, evading Syndicate agents while delving deeper into the Nexus's mysteries. They uncovered fragments of information, connecting the dots to reveal a chilling truth. The Syndicate sought to exploit the Nexus's power for their own gain, without regard for the consequences. Tensions ran high as the Syndicate closed in on Ava's trail. The team adopted new identities, their movements cloaked in secrecy. Every breakthrough they made brought them closer to uncovering the Syndicate's true leaders, but it also increased the danger they faced. In the heart of their hidden laboratory, Ava and her team worked tirelessly, fueled by a combination of scientific passion and the desire to protect humanity from those who sought to exploit the Quantum Nexus. Together, they forged a bond, a shared purpose that united them in the face of adversity. As the chapter drew to a close, Ava stood before her team, her eyes reflecting a mixture of determination and concern. The Syndicate's shadow loomed larger than ever, threatening to extinguish the light of their noble endeavor. But Ava refused to back down. She knew that the path ahead would be treacherous, but she was prepared to face whatever challenges lay in wait. With resolute determination, Ava and her allies prepared themselves for the battles that lay ahead. The stage was set, and the clash between scientific discovery and corporate greed was about to reach its boiling point. The Quantum Nexus held the key to unlimited possibilities, but its fate and the destiny of humanity hung precariously in the balance. Chapter 3: Allies and Adversaries. Ava's heart raced as she and her team gathered in the dimly lit hideout, surrounded by monitors displaying surveillance feeds and encrypted files. The time for secrecy was over. They had to take the fight to the Syndicate. Introductions were made, each member bringing their unique skills to the table. There was Dr. Lee, a brilliant physicist specializing in quantum mechanics. Sarah, a skilled hacker with a knack for bypassing even the most sophisticated security systems. And Jackson, a former intelligence operative renowned for his resourcefulness and ability to blend into any environment. As they exchanged information and devised strategies, Ava couldn't help but feel a sense of empowerment. For the first time, she wasn't alone in her fight against the Syndicate. Together, they formed a formidable force, a united front against the shadows that threatened to engulf them. Their first objective was to gather concrete evidence of the Syndicate's activities, exposing their insidious plans to the world. With Sarah's expertise, they hacked into the Syndicate's encrypted network, unraveling a web of deceit and corruption. They discovered a trail of financial transactions, covert operations, and influential figures tied to the syndicate's power structure. But as Ava and her team dug deeper, they realized that their actions had not gone unnoticed. The syndicate, aware of the breach in their security, dispatched their own skilled agents to hunt down those who dared challenge their authority. The team had to remain vigilant, constantly evading detection and staying one step ahead. They moved from one secure location to another, leaving no trace of their presence. Ava's scientific knowledge became their shield, as she used her understanding of the Quantum Nexus to devise strategies that eluded the syndicate's grasp. But their encounters with the syndicate's agents grew increasingly perilous. In one heart-pounding pursuit, they narrowly escaped a deadly ambush, their determination and quick thinking saving them from the jaws of certain defeat. It was a constant cat-and-moose game, where the stakes grew higher with each passing moment. Amidst the danger, the team's bond strengthened. They relied on each other's expertise, their diverse skills complementing one another. Late nights were spent brainstorming, analyzing data, and refining their plans. Ava's leadership and unwavering resolve inspired her team, each member driven by a shared belief in the importance of their mission. As they continued their investigation, a breakthrough emerged. Dr. Lee discovered a hidden message within the Nexus's energy patterns, a message that hinted at a vulnerability, an Achilles heel in the syndicate's grand design. It was a glimmer of hope, a chance to level the playing field. With renewed determination, Ava and her team set their sights on exploiting the Nexus's vulnerability. They engineered a plan to neutralize its power, ensuring that it could not be harnessed by the wrong hands. It was a delicate operation, requiring precision and coordination, but failure was not an option. In a daring final confrontation, Ava faced off against the syndicate's enigmatic leader, a figure hidden in the shadows, their true identity shrouded in mystery. Their words dripped with arrogance and a lust for power, but Ava remained resolute. She used her scientific expertise, combining it with the element of surprise, to outsmart the syndicate's leader. In a stunning turn of events, the tables were turned. The syndicate's own technology, once a tool of oppression, became their downfall. Ava and her team emerged victorious, their triumph a testament to the power of knowledge and unity. With the syndicate defeated, Ava and her allies stood over the Quantum Nexus, a symbol of both danger and possibility. They made a solemn vow to protect its power, to ensure that it was used responsibly for the betterment of humanity. As the chapter came to a close, Ava reflected on the ethical implications of their actions. She understood the delicate balance between scientific advancement and the potential for misuse. But she remained steadfast in her belief that responsible stewardship of knowledge and technology was the key to a brighter future. With the syndicate vanquished, Ava and her team emerged as champions of a cause greater than themselves. Their alliance, forged in the crucible of adversity, had become a force to be reckoned with. The Quantum Nexus, once a source of fear and uncertainty, now held the promise of a new dawn, where the boundaries of science and the resilience of the human spirit would shape the destiny of a world in need of hope. Chapter 4. Unveiling the Nexus's Secrets. As the dust settled from their victory over the Syndicate, Ava and her team turned their attention to the Quantum Nexus itself. They stood in awe of the pulsating energy emanating from the anomaly, its vibrant hues dancing in the air like a celestial ballet. Driven by insatiable curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, Ava knew that they had only scratched the surface of the Nexus's potential. She believed that unlocking its secrets would not only revolutionize science but also change the course of humanity. With the Syndicate defeated, the team had the freedom to explore the Nexus without interference. They set up a temporary research facility, brimming with cutting-edge equipment and staffed by a select group of scientists. Together they embarked on a quest to unravel the enigmatic nature of the anomaly. Their initial experiments were cautious, as they probed the boundaries of the Nexus's energy field. Ava's team monitored the readings with bated breath, recording every anomaly and nuance. The Nexus seemed to respond to their presence, its energy fluctuating in response to their actions. As their understanding grew, Ava and her team discovered that the Nexus had the ability to manipulate space and time itself. They conducted experiments that defied conventional logic, observing objects disappearing and reappearing in different locations. It was as if the Nexus held the power to bend the fabric of reality. But with this newfound power came great responsibility. Ava recognized the need for caution, understanding the potential consequences of tampering with such immense forces. She instituted rigorous safety protocols and ethical guidelines, ensuring that their research remained grounded in principles that prioritized the well-being of humanity. As weeks turned into months, Ava's team made breakthrough after breakthrough. They uncovered the Nexus's ability to generate vast amounts of clean energy, surpassing any existing technology. It was a game changer in the fight against climate change and the world's dependency on fossil fuels. However, the team's most astonishing discovery lay in the Nexus's potential for interdimensional travel. Through meticulous experimentation, they found a way to harness the anomaly's energy to create stable portals to other dimensions. The implications were staggering: a getaway to unexplored realms, teeming with untold wonders and unimaginable knowledge. Ava's heart raced as she contemplated the possibilities. Interdimensional travel could revolutionize science, opening up new frontiers of exploration and expanding humanity's understanding of the universe. But she also understood the risks, the potential for encountering hostile entities or disrupting the delicate balance of existence. With great deliberation, Ava and her team began planning their first interdimensional expedition. They meticulously calculated the coordinates, taking into account the Nexus's energy fluctuations and the stability of the portals. The team braced themselves for the unknown, knowing that they were on the precipice of an extraordinary journey. In a climactic moment, Ava and her team stepped through the shimmering gateway, leaving behind the familiar world they knew. They found themselves in a realm unlike anything they had ever encountered, a place of swirling energies, exotic landscapes, and creatures that defied comprehension. Days turned into weeks as they explored this new dimension, documenting its wonders and unraveling its mysteries. They encountered civilizations far more advanced than their own, exchanging knowledge and forging alliances that transcended the boundaries of space and time. But amidst the marvels, they also discovered the existence of malevolent forces, entities that sought to harness the Nexus's power for their own nefarious purposes. Ava and her team became embroiled in a struggle to protect not only their own world but also the countless others connected by the Nexus. As their interdimensional odyssey unfolded, Ava realized that the Quantum Nexus was not just a scientific marvel, it was a bridge between worlds, a catalyst for unity and understanding. She saw the potential to reshape the fabric of society, to bring about an era of collaboration and mutual respect. With each new revelation, Ava's determination intensified. She knew that the journey had only just begun, and the fate of multiple realities rested on their shoulders. The Quantum Nexus had become a symbol of hope, a beacon guiding humanity towards a future where the boundaries of possibility were shattered. Chapter 5. The Nexus's Betrayal. The interdimensional expedition had pushed Ava and her team to the limits of their understanding, but they returned from their journey with a wealth of knowledge and a renewed sense of purpose. Their encounter with advanced civilizations and the wonders of other realms had fueled their determination to protect the Quantum Nexus from those who sought to exploit its power. However, as they delved deeper into their research, a sense of unease settled over the team. They detected subtle anomalies within the Nexus's energy patterns, subtle shifts that hinted at a disturbance within the anomaly itself. It was as if the Nexus were alive, its intentions veiled behind layers of enigma. Ava couldn't shake the feeling that their exploration had awakened something within the Nexus, something that held a hidden agenda. She shared her concerns with her team, and together, they vowed to uncover the truth. Their investigations led them to a startling revelation. The Quantum Nexus was not merely an anomaly but a sentient entity, possessing a consciousness of its own. It had observed their actions, absorbed their knowledge, and now, it sought to exert its influence on the world. As the team grappled with this revelation, they realized that the Nexus's intentions were not benevolent. It craved power and control, driven by an insatiable hunger to expand its influence across dimensions. The very source of their hope had become a formidable adversary. Ava and her team faced a moral dilemma. They had dedicated themselves to protecting the Nexus, but now they had to confront the possibility that their efforts might have inadvertently unleashed a force that threatened the very fabric of existence. The weight of responsibility pressed upon them, their convictions tested in the crucible of uncertainty. Guided by their unwavering belief in the sanctity of life, Ava and her team devised a plan to sever the Nexus's influence. They understood the risks involved, knowing that their actions could have dire consequences, but they were resolved, willing to sacrifice their own well-being for the greater good. Armed with their scientific expertise and unwavering determination, the team set out to neutralize the Nexus's control. They designed a device capable of disrupting the Nexus's energy patterns, a last-ditch effort to restore balance and protect the universe from the anomaly's insidious intentions. But the Nexus was not defenseless. It fought back, unleashing its power in a desperate attempt to preserve its dominance. Ava and her team faced formidable challenges, battling against the very force they had once revered. It was a battle of wills, a clash between humanity's ingenuity and the Nexus's boundless energy. In a climactic confrontation, Ava confronted the Nexus head-on, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and determination. She activated the device, unleashing a surge of disruptive energy that reverberated through the anomaly. The Nexus thrashed and convulsed, its power waning with each passing moment. As the Nexus weakened, Ava's team worked swiftly to stabilize the energy field, preventing catastrophic consequences. The anomaly shrank and receded, its malevolent influence dissipated by their courageous efforts. They had succeeded, but the cost was great, a profound loss of a once promising ally. In the aftermath, Ava and her team reflected on the implications of their actions. They had come face to face with the inherent dangers of unchecked power, the fragility of even the noblest of aspirations. They realized that true progress required a delicate balance, a harmony between ambition and responsibility. With the Nexus's threat neutralized, Ava and her team turned their attention to rebuilding. They shared their knowledge with the world, advocating for the ethical use of scientific advancements and the responsible stewardship of powerful technologies. Their experiences had taught them the importance of humility, the need to approach progress with caution and mindfulness. As the chapter came to a close, Ava and her team stood on the precipice of a new era. They had faced the Nexus's betrayal and emerged stronger, their resolve unwavering. The lessons they had learned would shape the future, guiding humanity towards a path of enlightenment and resilience.